Hi everybody, it is Crystal. So today I'm going to have a simple, quick, easy video for you that perhaps if you don't know about this, it's going to change your life when it comes to granny squares. So I recently made had a blanket tutorial on my channel, and it was sewn together using the mattress stitch. Now, a lot of people know about the mattress stitch, but there was a lot of people who didn't know, and I showed in that video, kind of quick, like how to do that. And I did get some requests if I would do a more a video showing it slower just by itself. Of course I will. So you might notice these are the squares that I used when I showed in my blanket video, but this time I have outlined them in single crochet. See that row of single crochet in blue? And this one has the exact same color blue. And I'm going to sew them together with that exact same color of blue. So what you want to do is when you're sewing squares, you don't have to use the same color to outline. But because if you don't, it's still pretty. The seam is still pretty and visible, but if using the mattress stitch like this, but if you use the same color, there is no way anybody would ever be able to tell how it was sewn together. It is that invisible. All right, so you want to put your two pieces, whatever squares you're using. It doesn't have to be granny squares, just whatever you're sewing together. You can use a mattress stitch for anything. You can sew together clothes. I generally don't. I mean, I use it sometimes. I don't always use it. But it's a beautiful way to have a seamless join. So whatever you're sewing together, you put it right side up. You put your pieces right side up, and you take a piece of the corresponding color yarn. As you can see, this is the yarn that was used on the outside of both of these, and a yarn needle. And you're going to start at the end of, grab up your first square, or whatever you're sewing. Remember, right side up. So, every stitch has two loops, right? Go and show you here. Right here you can see. The one closest to you is the front loop. The one furthest away is called the back loop. So we will gather up the back loop, go through the back loop, needle side down. Like you start from the top and then you go down. You want to do that. That's how it's always done. Top down. We never come back from the underneath side with the yarn needle. Never. Not with this stitch, not with the mattress stitch, not if you're seaming with this one. I'm sorry, I stuttered there. So for your piece that's closest to you, you go through the back loop only. From the top down like that. Pull it through. Leave a little bit of their tail there hanging so you can sew it in later. And then on the corresponding piece that you're sewing, or the piece that you're sewing together in the corresponding stitch, the same one that you went through on this one, needle down, you go through the loop that is closest to you. Just that one loop, like that. Pull it through. All right, now you don't have to pull them tight together yet, all right? It's okay if there's gaps and if it's spacey in between them, all right? Don't worry about that. It's the magic at the end that happens. Just make sure you leave a tail, all right? Because you need that. And then you come back over here to your next piece. And then you want to go into the next stitch. Needle down. And back loop only on this one. Just like that. And then you come and you grab your next one. Corresponding stitch. Same stitch as you just did on the other one, except for we do it to the front loop. Needle down. Just like that. So, like I always say, I think the mattress stitch to me get my tail out of the way. It's kind of like lacing shoes. That's what it reminds me of. I'm a big shoe collector, and this is kind of how I lace my shoes. I always go top down. I never go from the underneath. I don't know about you guys, but that's how I do it. And now I just come over here to the next piece again. Take your hook, or your needle, I'm sorry. Back loop on this piece. Top down, pull it through. And then you take your grab your other piece and the corresponding stitch. And it's the loop that's closest to you. Top down. And we just keep doing this back and forth. That dang tail. Remember not to get that tail caught up in the mix. Alright? And remember, it's okay if it's all spacey in between. Alright? The magic happens at the end. And we just keep doing this back and forth, back and forth. Always remember to never, ever, ever take the needle with this particular stitch and go from the underside of your piece and go up. It's always down and up, all right? And this piece is back loop. And then this piece over here, next one, corresponding stitch, the loop closest to you, front loop, needle side, going from top to bottom, just like that. Now I'm going to work this all the way down. And remember, it's okay if there's a huge gap there. It's all right. We're going to take care of that at the end. I'm going to zoom in a bit too, show you just a couple more times. You can fast forward me to the end if you don't want to watch anymore, but I want to do it a couple more times for those who want to see it a couple more times. So this piece here, back loop only, needle going downward, pull it through, and then corresponding stitch on your other piece, needle going downward, loop that's closest to you. See that? Loop. Try not to split my yarn. My yarn's a little bit splitty. Here we go. Again, over here. This doesn't take a lot of time. I'm just trying to do it slower so people, everybody can kind of see what we're doing here. Okay, again, do the same thing. You find your next stitch over here that you haven't worked in. And an easy way to do that is to take it and just kind of pull these loops. See these loops here that are all gaping open? That's okay. That's all right. If you pull them, you can see where your next stitch needs to be. And the loop that's closest to me here on this piece, needle, top down. I'm sorry, the loop is furthest away from me on this piece. The piece that's closest to me is the loop that's furthest away. Top down like that. And then you can just hop on over here to the other piece, the corresponding stitch, and top needle from top to bottom, and you do the loop that's closest to you on the piece that's furthest away. Just like that. Pull it. Come back over here to this one. Loop that's furthest away, go through, pull it, corresponding stitch on this piece over here, the loop that's closest to you, and pull it through like that. And you want to do this all the way across. And like I said, it's okay if it's gaping open huge and whatnot, so don't look like you're kind of like just lacing out some stitches, right? Just lacing out some stitches, that's all. So I'm going to continue along until I get to the end, matching up my stitches. And like I said, once you get the hang of it, it goes by really quick. Was kind of showing you on a slower scale, but you just like this. See that? It's cool. And in the end, it's like magic. If you've never seen it, wait till you see it. All right, I'm going to continue all the way down. I'll see you in a second. All right, so I have made it all the way across. That's what it looks like. You ready to see some magic. All right, here it goes. It always reminds me of the song. Oh, it's magic. You know. Take your two ends. Here's my end that has a needle on it. Here's my tail. I always give them a wrap around my finger and pull them tight as you can without breaking your yarn. It's magic. You know. Never believe it's not so. Look at that. You look closely and you cannot tell how that piece was sewn together. Even the back side is clean. Perfect. Every time. Isn't that a beautiful, beautiful, clean seam? And then what you do is you just add another piece here. If you're making a blanket or article of clothing, or whatever you're making, I don't know. If you need to add another piece here and another piece here, continue along. Pull it tight. You can actually do a whole big line if you want, and then pull them all at the end. You might have to do a little slower than I did, but yeah, do it like that. And then you would, if you're sewing grannies, you turn this way, start sewing again, and pull them all when you're done. That's it. See how pretty that is? That is a gorgeous seam. I don't know. Like I said, I use it now and again. I don't know why I don't use it more often, but it is I think the most seamless stitch. Well, it's only my personal opinion. You know, everybody has an opinion. My personal opinion is one of the most seamless stitches you'll ever find when it comes to crochet. And it's super easy. Who doesn't like seamless and easy? I like it. I'm not raising my hand because I love it. So I hope that you enjoyed this video. Remember, it's very, very easy. And even if you don't have corresponding yarn on the other sides that you're sewing with, and you use a different color to sew with, it's still pretty. You'll be able to see the color that you sewed with just a bit, but not a lot, like barely. It still works well if you're using a different color yarn. You'll be able to see that in my blanket video. I used a different color yarn, and although it was visible, it wasn't visible to the extent of other methods of crochet, sewing things together. So while using a different color yarn, you know what I mean? So this is it, the mattress stitch, seaming with the mattress stitch. For those of you that asked, here it is. I hope that it helped. All right. Thanks everybody for watching, and I'll see you on my next video. Bye guys.